Hello, willkommen. Das ist mein Trabant 609 or something. I don't know, I don't speak German. This is my Trabant 601. I bought this car last year. I drove it all across Metro Detroit. I even took it to the Spy Museum. I'd love to tell you all about this car and bore you to death with all its weirdness. But in all of the fun that I had with it last year, I really didn't do much mechanical stuff to it, and it's not in the best shape. It's more of an example of one rather than a museum piece. And last year, around the end of the year, it started running on only one cylinder. There's two of them. I kind of need both of them. And then the starter seemed to have failed on it. I'm not entirely sure if the starter did fail or if it's something else going on underneath, but I could neither start it nor run it on one cylinder. So it kind of sat here in my garage under this enclosure all winter. So, hopefully I have a new starter. We're going to try over this course of this weekend to get this thing to run and run on two cylinders again. So, let's see how that works out. Wish me luck. Now, despite the cars being considered unreliable and poorly built and overall pretty crap, which, well, is kind of true, they're actually very easy to work on. Let's get to the starter. Conveniently, to get to the starter, the grill comes right off. Whoop. I dropped that one in the leaves. That's gone forever. This right there. And now I've got easy access to the entire engine bay. And the starter, conveniently, is right here. Oh my god, it's a torque head. What? Now with the grill off, you can see pretty easily, but, you know, I hope this isn't factory. It might be factory, but I'm not sure. The starter is held in place by two Torx bolts, which is a very odd choice, considering everything else in this car is just a regular bolt. Or, I guess, missing a bolt? I don't know, like I said, I never really worked on this car. I just kind of picked it up and started driving it, and it's not in the best shape. It's quite a hodgepodge of stuff, just to make a running example of a car. So, definitely not museum, definitely not stock, but, that's quite the odd choice. Especially considering that's actually the clutch cable right there, this little lever. That's for the clutch, and that's like right in the way. So why wouldn't they do just a regular bolt? This has to be a Hodge job. It has to be. But I don't know. We'll find out. Let's pull it out and see what happens. I guess I should count myself lucky. I've got this large, obviously it's 10 millimeter, large extension, because that don't fit. Can't get a regular. I can kind of get it, but nope, that's still in the way. That can't be how that was built. It's got to be different. But all right, let's. Got this guy. Let's pop that starter off of there. Now, when I started this back during the winter time, it was really dark out. Or tried to start it. And I could see sparks inside here, so could it be that this was kind of loose? Maybe? It's only on there hand tight, but I don't know. We have the new starter. This thing's going to need a lot of cranking to figure out what's wrong with it, and boy don't I like cranking things. But might as well replace it. We're here. It's kind of interesting how everything just kind of, all the positive leads just come back to this point here. Ugh, that does look like crap. Just put this out of the way. The battery would sit up here and there's no battery in it right now, so let's get this guy out of here. That, you know, here in Michigan, I'm so used to working on cars that are rusty and falling apart and all that jazz. Here, for some reason, you know, this thing is not rusty. Everything just kind of, oh. You know, that clutch is in such an inconvenient spot, but I think now that it's unscrewed, that should all just kind of hopefully come out of there. I don't know, let's do the underside. Oh, but the the exhaust is in the way. Just use the Allen wrench there. Man, that ain't even on there tight. Huh. Probably should have did the bottom one first. Some of this out of the way. Hey, the hood clip. Well, I lost it again. That's twice. I probably should not have taken a shower before doing this. So now my hands are covered in everything. Years of East German grease and grime. Jesus, how come that can't all be this easy? This just popped right out of here. Huh. Well then, how is it? Oh, that's a motor glider up there. You know, I've replaced starters on a lot of cars. Why can't they all be this easy to just pop right off? What the hell? It's like right here, I just take the whole front of the car off and bam, starter. Huh, whatever. Let's get the new one out. New one, remanufactured. There's a gentleman whose website is probably at the bottom of the screen right now in Germany who they restore Trabants. They're probably the experts at restoring Trabants. And he sent me this on his last visit here. So we'll get this guy in and see if it cranks over again. See, I think is there a date code on here? There's not. Made in the DDR. Yeah. All right. Well, it's covered in oil. It's been sitting. Wait a minute. Hold on. No. I went in with it this way. I mean, this clutch is a little inconvenient, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. One bolt's longer than the other. I guess I should have paid attention which one came from which side. Well, I have a 50-50 shot. I think the short one was on top. Think. Could be wrong.
A few minutes later.
God, it's such a nice day out. It's been in the 20s all last week. And it got up to the 30s over the weekend. Stayed there for another week. Or I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago it was in the 20s. Then last week it was in the 30s and 40s. Now all of a sudden we got 60s. I'm loving it. I don't know if these are supposed to be torqued down to a certain point. Probably not. The ones I took off of here weren't, so yeah. That. Somewhere down here is this little guy. Then, before we put all this back on, that's actually looking pretty clean. So, I'm going to take a small brush to it and clean off. This looks fine. This is coming off the alternator. Could probably clean that a little bit better. Yeah, so let's go do that. Now, I bought this battery last year because I killed the other one, the other battery. The other battery was practically dead. So this is the only thing I could find that kind of fits here. No, I don't even know what I did with the battery hold down. Well, we just want to make sure that it starts. So just put that there for now. That's probably safe, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, good signs. No fire. So let's beep beep. Let me go get a wrench, tighten these down. Okay, battery hold down is in, starter's in place. There was no fire when I hooked up the battery terminals, so we're doing good so far. Let's see if there's fuel in here. There is no gas gauge in a Trabant. There is the dipstick, or looking, and oh, there is actually fuel in there. There's, wait a second. There's a lot in there. Okay. So, let's see if she fires over. This will hopefully crank it fast enough to see if it starts. So, there we go. The horn works. And wait, hold on, safety first. All right, here we go. That started it way faster than I thought it would. Hey, but it's running on 2 cylinders. That's a bit smoky. Well, that actually worked out better than I thought. I didn't even think it was going to start. Would you believe me if I told you that that's actually, that I cross my heart and hope to die, swear to God, whatever. That was the first start that it's had this year. It has not run since last year. Probably around fall of last year. It just has been sitting here. Because I guess there was an issue with the one cylinder. It was kind of running on both of them there, so we're still going to investigate that. I still have points, condensers, all that stuff. But man, what a difference a starter makes. This thing could, this old pile of junk, this could barely turn over the engine. That thing just boom, and it flew away. So it's running on enough cylinders to maybe take for a test drive. So now my hand's all dirty again. Let's put this thing back together and okay, we're gonna go for a little drive. And again, because they did actually make these cars fairly easy to work on, we'll just put everything back. Just put the grill back. Oh, but I have to take off that thing there. genuinely went a lot better than I thought it would. This thing didn't run last year. I'm amazed that it just fired right up like that. Still not running entirely correctly. There's still a couple of issues with it. Obviously, the next step will be to look at the ignition timing, and I guarantee you that one's going to be a little bit more interesting. Now, next step is just to get it all cleaned up and go for a little drive for a change. It's been sitting all year, and I really wanted to drive this thing. Now, I know I'm not the most entertaining person on the planet. Changing a starter is not that interesting. I genuinely thought there'd be more calamity involved, but hey, I'll take an easy one. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope that when we do the points, it'll be a lot more interesting and hopefully a lot more entertaining. Well, until next time.